Hello, loved ones. Welcome back to the Radically Rachel podcast. I'm very excited to lead you today in one of my favorite practices to share with friends, clients, loved ones. It is a New Year's intuitive practice, and I've shared this on Instagram Live in the past, so you may have seen or experienced this ritual before. I call this a ritual because for myself, it is something that I come back to every year. The first year that I came up with this practice was 2018, and it's evolved a little bit since then. I'm going to guide you in gathering a few materials and then preparing your space. I'm going to lead us in a short prayer, a blessing that will really help you to call in your spirit guides and your team and drop into your body, but get connected to your own intuition and your own higher self so that you can gain some insight as we get some clarity and messages for a forecast for 2025. And whenever you come to this episode, or whenever you decide to make the time and space for it, is right. So if that's in December, great. If that's at the beginning of January, that's okay too. But make some time for yourself and this ritual. And then I will be leading us in an extended period of guided affirmations. So this podcast episode is very different than any of the other ones thus far. You're going to want to make sure that you are seated at home, comfy, that you'll have the ability to lie down. You might even find yourself dozing off by the end, and that is okay. I hope that this practice will be restorative for you, but also that you will feel tapped in and connected to your higher self and source and spirit. Here are the materials that you're going to need. I suggest having a journal or a notepad, something that you can write in. And you're going to need something to write with, some pens. I also always love to incorporate colored pencil or color whenever I'm doing this practice. Just kind of brings things alive. If you have a card deck, whether that's an affirmation deck, an oracle deck, or a tarot deck, you can grab a deck of your choice and you can use that paired with this intuitive practice today. But it is not necessary because the focus of this practice truly is not using a tool and dropping in and allowing yourself to trust whatever comes through within your own intuition. So today, I'm not going to use anything other than a writing material and a pen. For your space, you're going to want to create some ambiance. So if you like to light candles, please do so. If you have fun, sexy lights, to create a vibe or a mood in your space, please use them. Put on something that makes you feel cozy, snuggly, something that makes you feel that you can just be really relaxed and at ease in your body. And then make sure that you're in a comfortable space. If that means you're seated on the floor with a few pillows and you're working at a low table, or if you want to be seated at a table, that's okay. I want you to be comfortable. But later on in the episode, I will invite you to really sit and lay back as we move through into the guided meditation. So at this time, go ahead and pause the episode and get what you need. And after the musical transition, we will be moving into our New Year's intuitive practice. have a seat and get comfortable. We're going to grab our paper and our writing utensil. And if you are novice or new, a beginner to this practice, I would like you to use the months of the year: January, February, March, and so on. If you consider yourself a witch or a baby witch, then you might use the pagan calendar, the wheel of the year, at which right now we are celebrating Yule, the winter solstice, which is Saturday, December 21st, and happening at 3:21 a.m. Central Time. And that's just the shortest day of the year. So whichever calendar you would like to align this practice to, as we move through the practice, just leave space throughout your paper or your journal so that you can leave yourself space to return to this practice later in the year to be able to journal and reflect. As I guide everyone through the practice today, I myself will be using the months. At this time, make sure that your space is ready and that the vibes are right. Make sure that you've communicated with everyone in your household. You're going to be spending some sacred time with yourself, and you are not to be interrupted, if possible. Okay, friends. As we move forward, I'm going to be saying the name of the month out loud, and then I'm going to be allowing some time and space for you to tune into your intuition to see what messages you hear from your angelic team, from spirit, and from your higher self. Intuition feels different for everyone. For some people, they feel it in their head, their crown space, their third eye. You might even hear an audible voice. You might see a vision in your mind. You might see a word written in your mind or a picture. Maybe you'll feel something within your heart or your gut. Trust that whatever message comes through, a color, a word, a feeling, a thought, a vision, trust it. Don't question it so much now. You'll be reflecting along as the year goes on. But today, just trust your own intuition and trust your higher self that whatever message you receive is meant for you. And so as we go through the year, I always ask my spirit to give me a word, maybe a phrase, a word or two, that's going to give me some insight into my year. I might not know or understand what the word means now, and I'm not going to, but I will see later on as the year goes what this means and how Spirit was trying to give me some guidance to understand the themes at play in my year. For those of you that have cards or want to use cards, you can always go back and pull a card for each of the months or for the wheel of the year. You could do this with an affirmation deck to get a word, or you could use another kind of deck to get a message or a theme. And I'll do that myself at a later time. I will go back and get a tarot card for this practice. But for today, I'm just going to use my intuition and spirit to see what comes through. So feel free to keep it simple and do the same like me. And now I'm going to lead us in a short prayer, a short blessing, and then we're going to begin. God, Goddess, Spirit, Divine, thank you for this time with my listeners. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the honor to lead them in a ritual. And for some, it may be their first. Thank you for their open heart. Thank you for the many ways that you have brought them to this podcast and to this moment. During our time together, help me to be a clear channel so that whatever messages need to come through, that they will come through clearly, rightly, and justly. Give the listeners eyes to see, ears to hear, and an open heart to receive. I call my ancestors, my angels, my spirit guides, my loved ones near me. And listener, I invite you to do the same. Call your loved ones by name. So be it. Amen. Know that they are here. Goddess, I lift up this time to you. Thank you, Spirit. All right, radicals. Grab your paper or your journal and your writing utensil. If you think that you need a little more time than I allow, you can feel free to pause. But I'd like you to go with that first instinct. Trust that an answer, a word, something will come through to you. I will share my words at the end of the practice. Allow yourself to get connected to your breath. I recommend closing your eyes or keeping your gaze gently fixed on something during this time. But try to become aware of your body, your breath, and tune inward. January. February. March. April. May. June. July. August. September. October. November. December. Good job, friends. I know that's hard. It's hard if you have never tried something like that before, and if you've never really felt like you've heard or seen or really connected to your intuition like that before. It's okay if you feel weird about what you wrote down or if it doesn't make sense. Some of my things were very abstract and it won't make sense right now, but we are trying to develop, right, and strengthen our sense of our intuition and how spirit speaks to us. And so everybody is having a very different experience right now as they're listening and following along in the practice. But I really like this because it allows you to develop that connection between yourself and spirit, or yourself and your higher self. You know what I mean? If you need more time, take a little bit more time. If there's any months that you need to go back to, repeat those months to yourself, repeat those words to yourself, and take some time before we move on. I'll share my answers in just a moment. All right, here are Radically Rachel's answers. Here is what came through in my intuition as I was in my quiet and my listening. Some of the things I saw in my mind, some of the things I heard. Some months were longer, like it took me longer than others. There were a few where I was like, oh, I don't like that. And I could feel myself like judging or doubting what I know I heard first. So that is always interesting, right? For me to even have that human experience as I went through it. So I'm going to tell you what came through for me, and I'm going to add a little blurb about like, what do I think that could possibly mean? And like an array of things, of course. And then at the end of the year, I'll come back and we'll do a little compare and contrast. We'll see what happens. And I don't believe I'm telling the future. I just believe I'm getting some insight into the themes that I will experience in the year to come. January, gifts came through really loud right away. And I hope that that means I'm going to be tapping into and using my gifts. That like makes me feel good and makes me feel excited. I thought about like spiritual gifts and offerings. I wasn't thinking about a tangible gift. February, I heard crown, which I thought was kind of weird, and kindness. So I just maybe have to take some advance advice to exercise extra kindness in February. March, I heard joy very quickly, and that just makes me happy. I've had a really rough year in 2024. I like thinking I can look forward to some joyful moments ahead. In April, I felt and heard tiger, the animal. So I don't know if that means, right, I need to fight, or if there will be some kind of other animal reference in the month that will appear. And my grandmother, her favorite animal is a tiger. So that's just something else that I'm noting. May, I heard Magnificent Mile, which I know is like a place in Chicago. So like that's maybe not crazy, but like, oh. And then as I sat with that a little bit longer, daisies, I saw daisies, like flowers just kind of in a prairie. June, I heard the word faith, and I took that and I felt that I have to have faith, keep the faith, have the faith. July, fun, which I was grateful for. I was grateful for another happy feeling in my body. I felt it, that I was like, okay, good. And I really always enjoy the month of July for some reason. I always host my summer camp in July for kids, work in the farmers markets in my town, and I really enjoy going to the beach with my family, so I'm already thinking of the summer ahead. August, I heard insight. And so I trust that that will be a time that I'm going to be getting information or clarity. There will be something during August that I maybe need to have better insight with, or that I will be gaining a lot of information. September, I sat in the silence with September for a really long time. So much so that I was like, I can't do this. And then the word came patience. And I was like, ha, ha, you making me wait just for that? Like, it was kind of weird, but patience, have patience. So we'll see what September brings. I'll have to have patience. October, I heard negligence. Ooh, right away I was like, that's not a good word. And then I was kind of like, give me something better, but I realized I can't. What I got is what I got. What came through to me came through to me. Now, does that mean I'm going to be negligent? Maybe someone else will be negligent. But that came through. And so I just trust that it's kind of like a warning, or to like bring me to have more awareness that month. I'm not going to live the month like in anxiety, but I will just try to have more awareness. For November, I heard the word 9, like the number. I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. December, I got smile, like cheese, just like a big grin kind of energy. And I heard smile. So, yee, I don't know. But those are my words. And so if you're like, oh, whoa, Rachel's were so simple. That was like really basic. Yeah. And it's meant to be. Now it will be fun and exciting for me to layer cards on top of it, and for me to come back to it as the year moves on. I'll come back to it every month and kind of see what came through today that applied later, as a reflective tool. But also it'll be so interesting and fun for me to see, Spirit, what were you trying to tell me? And it'll be very interesting to see what comes true, right? What comes through and what resonates along the year. So please DM me, tag me in these practices. If anything wild and crazy comes up for you, don't be shy. Please reach out or send me a message on the website, however you feel comfortable connecting with me. But if you do this practice and you do find that some things resonate with you throughout the year, I would love to hear about it. With the remainder of our time, I'm going to be leading you in some affirmations, and I would love for you to repeat them out loud to the best of your ability. It's okay if you don't get every word perfect. It's okay if we fall out of time together sometimes. That's okay. But it's better to say these things out loud. Put these words into vibrational reality. Put this into a vibrational frequency and let these words cascade over you and over your body, as well as you listen to me say them to you. As we enter a new year, it is often a time that you will hear people making resolutions. And I do think that resolutions are important to us because they represent a change in our lives. They represent a commitment to ourselves. In some way, we want to become better and improve ourselves, to exercise self-mastery. But it's important to begin small. so that you don't become overwhelmed by making too many changes at once. These affirmations will help you as you seek to make resolutions and changes in your life. Repeat after me. This is my time to have a better life. This new year is going to be a year of transformation for me. I will take good care of my health this year. Now is the time to go after my dreams. I can achieve anything I put my mind to. I accept change, and I accept growth. I am committed to creating the life I envision. I believe in my abilities. Last year has taught me so much, and I'm grateful for the lessons. Success comes to me easily. I'm leaving my past and regrets behind me. The best time for new beginnings is right now. I am in full control of my life. I am committed to achieving my New Year's resolutions. This year, I will stay motivated and consistent with my goals. I will turn my resolutions into reality through daily action. My resolutions are a promise to myself, and I will honor them. Each small step brings me closer to my goals. I am patient and gentle with myself as I create new habits. I am focused on resolutions that align with my true values. I am resilient and determined to accomplish my intentions. I have everything that I need within me to achieve my goals and dreams. I am stepping into the most successful year of my life. This is a year of abundance and joy. I create my own future. Now is the time to carve a new path. I have all the skills I need. This year, I will create a lifestyle that supports my well-being. I am worthy of a healthy, balanced, and joyful life. I will treat my body with the love and care it deserves. I am grateful for the health I have and will strive to strengthen it. I am building a lifestyle that promotes longevity and vitality. I'm prepared to let go of old habits and embrace a healthier me. This year, I will prioritize self-love and acceptance. I am embracing my uniqueness with confidence and joy. I will honor and value myself in all situations this year. I am confident in who I am and who I am becoming. I will let my inner light shine brightly this year. I believe in my ability to handle life's challenges. I release self-doubt and embrace confidence this year. I am proud of who I am and who I am becoming. This year, I am becoming the best version of myself. This year, I will make smart financial choices that build wealth. I am attracting financial opportunities that align with my goals. I am prepared to create financial stability and security this year. I trust that abundance flows into my life this year. I will manage my finances with confidence and wisdom. I am ready to attract new streams of income into my life. I am creating a future of financial freedom and abundance. I am grateful for the financial blessings this year brings. I am worthy of success and recognition in my career. I am excited to learn, grow, and advance in my career. This year, I will build meaningful relationships that support my growth. I am grateful for every opportunity that moves me closer to my dreams. I am grateful for the fresh start that the new year brings. Each day, I will find reasons to be thankful and appreciative. I am thankful for the people who support and love me. I am open to receiving love and building deeper connections. I am open to building meaningful and supportive relationships. This year, I will communicate openly and honestly in all my relationships. I am creating a circle of love, trust, and respect around me. I am letting go of any negativity I carried from the past year. I am prepared to create new experiences and memories this year. I am choosing to forgive and move forward with grace. This year, I will let go of what no longer serves me. I am opening myself up to new beginnings and possibilities. I am leaving past mistakes behind and embracing new lessons. I am committed to moving on and creating a beautiful year ahead. I am committed to leading a radically different life. Thank you, Radicals, for tuning in and spending time with me today. This was so beautiful. I hope that you feel the same gorgeous, loving, sparkly energy that I feel right now that we've cultivated together across time and space. It's pretty powerful. Thank you for allowing me to do so. Cherish your holiday season with your loved ones. Savor the moments. Be as present as you can be. And spend time with those who you know truly see you, love you, know you. And I hope that you find a safe space with food and laughter. And I will see you next year, Radicals.